Hi and welcome back to Kilkenny Knife and Tool. Today we're going to conclude the video about the knife laws in Ireland. So we'll just go through everything and the actual items that are on the banned weapon list as well. So we'll see if we go from there then.
Right, so we left off with, excuse me, trespassing.
Trespass is the last, yeah.
Okay, so again with the law, any person who manufactures, sells or hires or offers to expose for sale or hire, including repair or modification, is guilty of the offence. So that includes us. That's why we'll never sell you, or I can't sharpen anything on the banned weapon list.
Yeah.
Because sharpen is...
yeah, sorry, this refers to not knives in general, but anything that's on the prohibited weapons list, like machetes and stuff like that. So we'll go through them in a minute.
So if someone brought in a butterfly knife for me to sharpen, I would be modifying it or repairing it.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
And guilty.
That's right, and that's the reason we just can't do them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put on display or lends or gives to any other person. So if you have anything and you have displayed, so a lot of people think, oh, it's in my house, so I'm allowed to have it. No.
Yeah.
If it's banned, it's banned. You're not allowed to have it, even if it's only for display.
Yeah, like, you know, that's it's only a wall hanger. It doesn't matter. You're not legally allowed to have it. Yeah.
So then we go on to the juicy bits. So what is actually on the banned weapon list, okay? So number one is a flick knife. And this definition is a knife which opens when hand pressure is applied to a button, spring, lever or other device attached to the handle. Yeah,
now that's the important thing, isn't it? It's yeah. It is when they say it's attached to the handle.
So this is an assisted opening knife. Now if this were a flick knife, there would be a button somewhere on the handle that you press.
Or on the side, or anywhere, yeah, as long as it's not...
And then it would fly out. But because it's assisted opening, you use the flipper, which is part of the blade.
Yeah.
So it is not a flick knife.
It's the back end of the blade, or the underneath of the blade rather, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of the blade itself. Yeah. It's not part of the handle. So legally, these are not flick knives. They're assisted opening knives. A knuckle duster. Any band of metal or hard material worn on one or more fingers decided to cause injury, or any weapon incorporating a knuckle duster. So that includes trench knives.
Yeah, because they have the grip on it. But it's kind of the shaped, isn't it? The
yeah,
shape.
You can roll in some pictures there.
Yeah, I'll stick.
Right. Yeah. But that doesn't include D-guards. So D-guards and basket hilts, while they do cover your knuckles, they're not designed for impact.
Yeah.
They're designed to protect your hand.
Because they're a loop, isn't it? Yeah.
So D-guard boys, they're not knuckle duster knives.
No. If it had a band in the centre of that going back to the handle, then it would be considered as the knuckle, isn't it?
Yeah, because then you have to have it on your knuckles.
Yeah.
So that's why we can sell D-guard boys and basket hilt sabres and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, because it's basically that one loop. Yeah.
Oh, and also karambits are not covered by that. So a karambit isn't a knuckle duster knife.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because there is a ring on it, but it's not considered as the knuckle duster.
No.
I think that's it's because of the way it's held.
Because you can hold it without putting your finger through it.
Yeah.
With a knuckle duster knife, you have to put your knuckles through it.
Yeah, to grip it. Yeah.
So karambits are not covered by that, thankfully. A sword stick or dagger cane, which is you all seen in movies. Walking stick with a sword comes out.
I think that one is in there because they're literally you're walking around with a concealed weapon. If you have something like that, isn't it? It's disguising it as something else. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Same with a sword umbrella.
Again, it's the same principle, isn't it?
Yeah. And then we get into the weird kind of Japanese ninja weapons from here.
Yeah. An awful lot of these on it for some reason. I don't know. They must have just looked at a Bruce Lee movie and said no.
Basically, hand claws and foot claws. So those ninja things that they use to climb up walls and stuff, and then like Wolverine's claws.
That's it, isn't it? The claw things they're like they can be gloves with claws coming out of fingers, isn't it? And then there's other ones that have it here, and other ones that have it in the palm, and there's a load of different variations of them, but they're all covered under
hand claw.
Hand claw, yeah.
Belt buckle knife. Not allowed to have a concealed knife in your belt.
Again, I think that's because it's concealed as something else, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Push daggers. So you want to know push daggers, they're T-shaped.
Yeah, they're something similar to the shape in the knuckle duster kind of form, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only thing about it is the T shape is designed to fit into the palm of your hand, and then the blade spikes out. So it literally only has one purpose, and that's to stab someone.
Punch daggers. Okay. The weapon is sometimes known as a hollow kubaton.
Yeah.
It's a cylindrical container containing a number of sharp spikes. So regular kubotans are okay, just not allowed hollow kubotans. That's weird, isn't it?
And what is a kubaton?
It's a stick. Basically, it's a stick. The weapon is sometimes known as a shuriken or Death Star, which is
it's a throwing star, isn't it?
ninja stars. Death Stars.
Yeah.
Which is weird because remember I said you can get the circular saws.
Circular saw blade, yeah, that's right. even a small grinder blade.
Yeah. You're not allowed to have ninja stars. The weapon known as the balisong or butterfly knife.
Yeah,
so
a lot of people will try. They'll try mask it by calling it the balisong. Say, oh, can you get me a balisong? Or I'm looking for a balisong. It's a butterfly knife. You know it's illegal. Stop asking for a balisong. Stop asking for a butterfly knife.
It's our most requested banned weapon that we get asked for here.
Yeah. Oh, but sure, I can get them, blah, blah, blah. I won't mention where, but we all know. I can get them in such and such a place. I say, yeah, well, that's the case, then go get it in such a place. And then if you're caught with it, reap the consequences, isn't it?
It's a shame, really, because they're cool. They look cool. The weapon is sometimes known as a telescopic truncheon or telescopic billy.
Yeah.
So
an extendable baton, basically.
Yeah.
The cops' battens.
Mm.
And
it has a spring, a button, or anything like that. Then
it's the same thing, is it?
Yeah.
If it's done by gravity, anything that is extendable, it doesn't matter what way it extends. Or
well, like if you think about a car area, there's like that, you know, the antenna off a car. Yeah.
Whip them.
Right, so, and then the best one of them all, the blowpipe or blowgun, which is a hollow tube.
All plumbers beware, lads.
That's the craziest one on it, a hollow tube.
But sure, that means every child in existence that had a big pen and spat out a bit of paper out of it was breaking the law for the banned weapon list.
This is also a weird one, the kasuri gama, which is a length of rope, wire or chain attached to a sickle.
Oh yeah.
You're allowed to have a sickle, but you're not allowed to put a bit of rope on it. Weapon sometimes known as a...
They're the ones you see, sorry, that one, the carry soon, that one. Sorry, that it's you'd see them in films, don't they? They swing them around.
Yeah.
With the spike on them.
Yeah. I think it was in Kill Bill I saw one of them. The Kayotsi Shoga, or probably murdered that pronunciation. Again, it's
you done better than I would.
Rope, wire, or chain attached to a hooked knife.
A hooked knife.
I thought a sickle was a hooked knife, but
so you're allowed fish, but don't put a rope on it or a chain.
Oh, yeah. The weapon sometimes known as the Mangari Guresi or Kusari.
Kusari.
Also, it's a hard weight or hand grip, on a chain. So
I'll put up pictures of these. Sorry, we've went through them before, and it's just all the names are mixing us up. I can't figure out.
Kill Bill?
Yeah.
And do you know the way she fights this young one, and she has a chain and a big ball on the end of it?
Yeah.
That's that.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. The sap glove, which is a glove into which hard metal or some other hard material has been inserted. So it's a glove with bits of lead, sap glove, but this says also any hard material. So does that cover motorcycle gloves?
Yeah.
Or airsoft gloves? Or anything?
Yeah, any of them tactical style yokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would all.
Because I tell you got to punch off on them, you'd know about it.
Motorcycle gloves have all that.
Yeah, the hard shell and the carbon now and everything in them. So
So maybe there.
Yeah.
The broad knife known as the machete or machete. So that's intentionally vague.
Yeah.
So that the courts can have, what do they call it? Discretion, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they kept it intentionally vague.
But the way we work that one now is that anything just defined as a machete on the description, or if it's the shape of a traditional style machete, that if you Google an image of a machete and you come up with this,
the Tremonti machete,
Yeah.
So that,
and the picture, I'll show you the picture. But that's what we do, is we consider that as the machete, and then anything that has machete in the description we include on that.
If the manufacturer says it's a machete, then it's a machete.
Yeah.
Like Bear Grylls, all his big knives are called machetes.
Yeah. And they do this as a technique to sell them elsewhere in the world. Like they call, like there's one particular company, and they called most of their big knife machetes, and as a result, then we couldn't get them because on the description, on the import description, it says machete, and that's it. Then just
Bowie machete.
No go for us. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that is basically it, except for the amendments then that came afterwards.
Yeah. Well, that actually was one of the amendments where they done the list. Yeah, that was the 2001 amendment, where they done the actual list. Whereas before that, they just had this term. Remember that flick knife?
Oh yeah.
So that's where they went into detail on that one, and there was a few other changes.
They amended it again then, in 2009 to cover samurai swords.
Oh yeah.
So, sword sometimes known as a samurai or katana.
Katana.
Unless it's made before 1954, or if it's made at any time according to traditional methods of making swords by hand.
Yeah.
So if it's hand forged.
It's hand forged.
Basically not the...
You can't use machinery to do it.
Stamped out stuff, the cheap ones.
And the thing about that is you still need the provenance to do that. You can't just say it was done that way. You have to prove that it was made in a particular place by particular craftspeople using particular methods. Like, and
it's too much bother to get one in other words.
There's a lot of hassle. Yeah. There is people that do it. There's people that practice martial arts, and there's people that that would be mad enthusiasts to pay, but they're huge money, aren't they?
Yeah, thousands and thousands. Yeah.
You know, if it's your thing, and if that's what you want, then do your research very carefully. Very carefully.
It's weird the way they ban katanas, but we can get into wujizashis and otantos.
Yeah.
And the one that's bigger than katana. What's that called?
The boken's smaller, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is actually smaller. Anyway, the katana is like number 3 in the list.
Yeah, it's the middle of them, isn't it? Yeah.
We can get in nagatas and nodachis.
And straight, the ninja straight swords. Now I could be calling that completely by the wrong name, but that's what we consider.
It's just a loophole in the law, so we can't get in if it's called a katana. We can't get it in, basically.
Yeah.
It's not worth the hassle.
Won't get it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, we won't get it.
That's it.
So that's it, lads. If you have any questions on it and you want any other information, just write in the comments. Ask the questions. We're here to answer. The one thing we won't do is get them in for you. So I mean that's the answer to that question. It's just a big fat no. I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it was done in 2 parts, and that was kind of our own fault, really. We just kind of ran out of time the last time we were videoing it. But again, any questions, drop them in the comments. Give us a like, a share, and hit us up on Facebook or Instagram if you want to see more. And thanks for watching.